evening, School Patu Manga, in class 9, American Economics Culture. Dear student, actually, Economics class 10, unit number 4, energy. This is globalization. So, we have a market, which is specialized in the transactions of locally produced goods. And we also have our international market at Kaishampat, which sells goods made in foreign countries like China, Thailand, Japan, etc. So the goods are coming from Myanmar, the Nampalung market in Tamil. And some goods are cheaper and better than Indian products. And these items are now in our doorsteps and in our reach. This is our experience of globalization. So, we have Iban market, we locally goods transaction to market. And as well, international market, we can butter labels in the goods foreign sub goods pagi. Goods in Kramadi, Indian product here in the Paba, at the Hen home, what I say, watching Sakina, Hujiti, line of Pongame, when Kuna Lama from the Pongame. Masi, it's globalization luck, but in Habacy, Equina Habi. So here, the globalization Habacy, Equina Yangsi. Globalization is a process by which people across the world are unified in a single society and work together. And it is a combination of socio-economic, cultural, political, and technology process. Equally, the process normally socio-cultural, economic, political, technology, countries in the single society the work together have the integration interactions. However, the term globalization say, general view the economic point of view globalization is in economics refers to growing economic interdependence among countries in the world with regard to technology, the capital, information, goods and services. Maling the Laboxing is Kishibilons, the Amanamaki Batang Pangarapa, Aduga, Hiram the technology, capital, information, goods and services, actually the Amanamaki Batang Pangar, when she will globalization of economics, Shumna Hanbay. However, globalization is viewed as a century-long process and has tremendous impact on indigenous culture around the world. In India, in 17th century, globalization became a business phenomenon when East Indian Company was established. East Indian Company established the country India the globalization business phenomenon when globalization the important dimensions of globalization the important dimensions of globalization are the three aspects of economic openness. What are the three economic openness? Openness in international trade, openness in international investment and international finance, openness to the flow of technology. Economic openness, dimension of globalization, globalization bright side my problem to and now let us see the bright side of globalization. Globalization increases the intensity of competition. Competition handle quality for bright side of the globalization and we are able to reap the benefit of advances in technology anywhere in the world. Technology the home super the globalization consumers get goods cheaper and have a choice. Goods consumers have a choice. Choice must my bright side of globalization. Problem for domestic producers whose product may be substituted by cheap foreign goods and their livelihood is adversely affected. Local producers in the Potoxing foreign goods in the most single country, local producers in the livelihood say, but Matgado was in a problem more when and then another is the gain from trade need not be distributed equally among all sections of the society. Society to labor, missing a cedar, Pangaiba trade, Pangiba, Magi, benefits still loyal man and yet talk about the later Vanina, Aduna, Puma Kradana Pangakanda, the gap between the rich and the poor sea, much widened Toropa, Mamma Queen Pangawini. Aduna Masimatum, the Queen of Mulaka, is the Globalization India, the command of Lagi Portuguese. Aduna, India follow a mixed economy. Both capitalism and socialism coexisted. Mixed economy where capitalism, socialism, and political later to Poramakanina. And then through the 5-year plans documents, a policy framework was sought to be created that was based on direct, discretionary, non-market, and quantitative controls. Highly Hiram since the framework over the document, policy, Indiana adopts inward looking or import substituting strategy of industrialization when adopt the Masiki Karino Harigadi Equina. Hariba Nasaki import substituting strategy not inward looking Hydropose Masi Sidikarino that increase domestic productions for domestic market under high tariffs and a high degree of effective protection to the domestic industries. Equidal domestic lady Pamagi industry single second and wait among the domestic production hand put domestic market white to Hanba Duga Mapantic Lakataiba important high tariff lower Achuma Pandams data like a strategy Makang. High strategy is now on the contrary to expectation it leads to undesirable outcome by Amama Queen arise the way. Pamtapa to talk Mayama quite a thing Nagadin. Madudi, Hibay Madudi, failure to produce rapid growth purpose, they could fail over Matanga, lie, and failure to self reliance, failure to eradication of poverty, poverty, unstable balance of payment, unstable over Madam Mayama quite a thingary. Masidida Equina, Indian planners initially do not consider foreign trade as the engine of growth. Hibasi Hangutaba Marabdi, Masina in foreign trades, growth or Hibasi Hanagi, or the later Maram. The engine of foreign trade is very important. Way, Maramdi. Foreign trade is the Equina. Import was to be minimized and export was necessary able to generate foreign exchange. See, so minor point at whatever ports data. Imports minimize Handarakan data. Exports Yamatorga foreign exchange say we generate the whatever I do growth Porokataban habits. Duna Sigi Makada Equinamuk India Yoiba, 2 plant Mayama Lake. The first 5 plants data agriculture the focus Todana, plan Hama Hodokiba. Aduga, second 5 plants Yang Matam City. The heavy industry oriented second 5 plants initiated in 1956 how to aim. Okay, it leads to severe balance of payment crisis in 1957. Okay, severe balance of payment crisis my name. Machigi Matunsi Equinamu, the government of India imposed export subsidy schemes were introduced in 1962. Introduced the export subsidy schemes. We know how they to increase exports. Exports increased on with Hariba schemes locally. But in the Pakistan War of 1965, the suspensions of foreign aid and major drought in 1965-66, the major drought increases the need for food imports. The donors of external aid, the World Bank, when IMF International Monetary Fund, organizations but resumptions of large-scale aid access to credit conditional on the liberalization of the economy. Okay, liberalization tawdabani, dugumating pangadabani, which at pigadabni have a see a sigba tamapa. Asinabaram orega equina. India adopts the economic reforms of 1991. Saki adopt Tarkadun. Aduda, Masiki Makas, the main element, Krakuni Bataragadi, the valuation of rupees, Equigi Masiki element among in the legacy. Adu Anishuba, Quakichum, Yang Matams, the abolitions of import licensing, abolished over, and abolitions of industrial licensing, and easing of entry requirements for foreign direct investment. According to FDI, assume bashing as the elements of economic reforms of 1991, hide the Queen of Panbia. India see globalization see Taure, Hybrid Mami touching the Yangi Haragadi. India's globalization is reflected by trade openness indicators. Trade to GDP ratio, which increased from 22.5% of GDP in 2001 to 34.8% of GDP in 2006 and 7. 2001, the 22.5% GDP the psyche trade in the previous year, Machiamu 34.8% the Europe 2006 and 7 the Euro. Capital flows as a proportion of GDP reached to 5.1% of GDP in 2006 and 7. Simasu Kanaba Panga, reflector evening. FDI inflow into India grew substantially. FDI flow see la evening. India outward investment by India rose from US dollar 2.4 billions in 2003-4, say US dollar 14 billions in 2006-7. Yam hingle outflow see Indiana suit of Bungabi Lady. Haiba Simanto Lady. Aduga, Equina in China, China is a major source of India's import, accounting 11.3% of India's total import, 11.3% China. Adi Matang the Queen Young Matam Saudi Arabia 8.1%, UAE United Arab Emirates 6.5%, USA 5%. Simanto Equina lay. Ngasi wedi matang isda class che lotion che du lotion degis da equina ngasi tawkiba kari ningchang ba yabado yengasi adnati globalization haibasi akoigi interactions of the between labor countries in the interaction ni haiba yai adu economics na akoina mu yeng matamza economic interdependence among countries in the world adu hiramdi technology capital information goods and services da akoigi integration and interdependence lepa achumna equina yeng ba yai Duga, dimension the young openness, economic openness to the English, much of dimension of the globalization, openness in international trade, openness in international investment and international finance, and openness to flow of technology. Shamanta Equina, Maggie dimension like Ramatung, Quay Maggie Canada, hiding a bright side and a problem younger. Last day, globalization India see inward looking and substituting industrialization see Torami. Adu much Kanava Panga Mamma, foreign trade see as a agent of crossing Gantara, economic reforms, economic reforms, Torakans, the Magi steps correct, Toramatun Sida, India say globalization the Yauri, Hyper see Equina, Simnan, Kangani, Atang class, she